what is up? We are riding with Ultima TT from Mordor in the Chieftain T95 Tier 8. If you are here for the first time, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. I would really appreciate it a lot. It helps out my channel. Now, as I was saying, we are in the Chieftain T95. This is, of course, one of 4 reward tanks. Yes, reward tanks, Clan War reward tanks that you can craft. You can craft this tank in the upcoming Clan Wars event, which is going to be called Dawn of Industry or Birth of Industry. It's happening on the 16th to the 27th of January. Now, of course, the main prizes after the 10-day event are going to be the tier 10 tanks, and those tier 10 tanks, of course, they're going to be the Chieftain, the M60, the Object 907, the VK, the 121B. Those are your main tier 10 reward tanks, but during the course of the 10 days you are going to be able to earn scraps, and with those scraps you can earn basically 4 tanks to choose from. You can craft tier 8 and tier 7 tanks, and those tanks are the T23 E3 tier 7, this Chieftain tier T95 tier 8. You can also craft a KV4, and the last tank that you can craft, I forgot what is the name of the tank, but anyway, sorry, it was the IS5 that you can craft. So the IS5, the Chieftain, and the KV4 and the T23 E3 you can craft with scraps. Now, I'm assuming you can craft more than one tier 8 tank. That's because I feel like not a lot of people are going to get those tier 10 reward tanks. Let's face it, you need to be basically a fairly good player in a fairly good clan, a fairly active clan, in order for you to have a chance to earn one of those tier 10 reward tanks. Anyway, if you do get a chance to earn those tier 10 reward tanks, please pick the Chieftain or the 907. Your third choice should be a VK or a T95 E6 if you are a solo player. But the go-to tanks are the Object 907s and the Chieftains. Those are the very competitive tanks that you should pick out. Now, as for the tanks that you should craft, this is one of the choices, that the Chieftain. Now, what is the Chieftain about? Well, it's a medium tank from the British line. Basically, it is one of the slowest. It is actually the slowest British tank compared to the FV4202 and the Centurion. This is a fairly slow medium tank, only 42 kilometers an hour going forward, but it has standard penetration of 202, which is also kind of low compared to the FV4202 and the Centurions, which they do 226 penetration. This does 240 damage, 10 more damage than the FV4202 and the Centurion. The premium shells are APCR, which you can see Ultima here using a lot of the time. It does 238 penetration, not that great for a medium tank, but it's not that bad. Reload time is under 8 seconds. The Centurion is going to be a faster reload time. The FV4202 is going to be a faster reload time. However, the aim time is only 2.11 seconds. Of course, you can get it down to under 2 seconds if you have the proper crew and equipment. Dispersion is 0.35, which is slightly worse than the Centurion or the FV4202, but the soft stats are slightly better. The gun handling soft stats, of course, 0.17. It's not too bad, not that great. But I'll be honest with you, this tank doesn't fare very well in terms of how people rate it. That's because most people that play medium tanks, they don't pick this tank as a first choice. If you want to play this tank, you're going to play it more because you want a challenge. Now you can check the replays for yourself. If you look at replays, not a lot of people post replays of this tank, and that's because not a lot of people play this tank to begin with. Not because it's completely trash, but it is trash if you compare it to the other tier 8 tanks that are available for you to play. Consider the premium versions, the Centurion RACC or tier 8 mediums from other nations. Example, the T54 Mod 1 or the T44 100s. So there are a lot of choices in tier 8 premium medium tanks. There are so many choices of tanks that you can play with. This wouldn't fall in the top 10. It wouldn't even fall in the top 5 tank of choices for people to play. But if you actually got your hands on it and played it, you will find that it's not that bad. It is playable. It can be quite fun and challenging, but if you find yourself comparing it to other capable premium tanks, then you're gonna say this tank is absolutely trash and garbage, and you wouldn't ever play it. You would never play this tank if you had other choices. So which is why this is one of the tanks that I'm going to pick to craft when I'm playing Clan Wars in a week's time or something like that. I will try to get this tank, this and the KV4, and the only reason I want to do that is because I do not have these tanks in my garage. But am I going to play them? I'll probably play a handful of games with them, just to find out how they play, how well they are. But in terms of competitive gameplay, am I going to use this in Clan Wars skirmishes, tier 8 skirmishes? Am I going to use it in tier 8 Clan Wars? The answer is 100% no. That's because you know very well that these tanks are absolutely terrible when it comes to competitive gameplay. You never see them in Clan Wars. You never see them in tier 8 skirmishes. Nobody ever uses this tank other than if they are trying to mark the tank or they're trying to challenge themselves, like I would presume Ultima TT here from Mordor. I think what he's trying to do is mark this tank, try to get his third mark of excellence. As you can see, he's already got 2, and he is over 5,000 damage in this tank. Over 282 spotting damage. Now this tank has no armor to speak of, to be honest with you, but considering how little armor it has, it still has better armor than an FE4202, and that's why you can see Ultima here blocking 790 so far. 790 damage he's blocked in this tank. You wouldn't think that this tank has any kind of armor, and it doesn't. If you had to rely on this armor, you can't. Look at the huge tumor it has on its turret. This tank, it's easily pennable. So you can't rely on any kind of armor that this tank has, so don't rely on the armor. But it does do fairly well compared to a Chieftain and an FV4202 in terms of turret armor, I guess. So hope you enjoyed this video and took something from it. If you have, please consider giving it a like, and let me thank you in advance for it, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.